when they celebrated their wedding. This year, they actually, or just a few weeks ago, they celebrated 45 years of marriage. High school sweethearts just the other day celebrated 50 years from their first date, and they're really good at duplicating, I have to say. Because it started with 2, they had 4 kids, now they have 8 grandkids. So it's duplicating, right? And they've done an amazing job here at LifeWave in duplicating and creating an incredible team here at the company. And I did have to go back. I was going back to just make sure if Matt has accepted my friend request on Facebook from like 6 months ago. He still hasn't done it. So hopefully this is a reminder to go accept me on Facebook. But it just goes to show he's so committed in building the team, supporting his team. He and Kim are just so dedicated in supporting their leaders. And so I'm so grateful to be able to have him here on the LifeWave stage here at Super Saturday. We've got 3-star executive Matt Curtis.
Wow, the lights are awesome. Man, I'm so fired up. There's my beautiful wife, Kim. Look at that. I'm going to recognize Kim right away. She's a little under the weather. She got something in Vegas when we were there. Not the kind of stuff you're thinking about, but she got a little cold in Vegas. And that was not a good joke. How are you guys doing today? Has anybody got a dream out there? I want to thank Meredith and the corporate team for letting this old carpenter up on stage. You're taking a big risk. I just want to start out by saying that. We are so far. You know, our goal is we're going to be talking about the mentor matching bonus. Isn't that incredible? You guys know the numbers on that. I got the clicker, so you don't get to see the screen yet. I see how this works. Anyway, the real cool part about that is it just leads you to some crazy opportunities, that's for sure. But I want to give you my story a little bit. You know, Kim and I, clearly we're high school sweethearts. I love to say I met her in a sandbox, right, Kim? Because nobody wants to be dating for 50 years and be, 48 years old, right, Kim? But we're getting younger. Aren't you guys getting younger every day? Can't you feel it, getting younger every day? I don't even know if that's code compliance. But Julie, if I say anything that's not right, just give me a wave, okay? Because I'm off the chart. Okay, so far so good. Okay, that's good. We're going to go with that. So I started out, and I grew up in Detroit on 8 Mile. And I've been accused of being a gangster, but that's not true. But we love just, making it real and keeping it real. So when I was in school, it was crazy. So I'm in my senior year, and I had a lot of challenges in school. A lot of people did. I mean, and for you people at home, there's maybe people out there that, you're thinking, man, I could never do this. I had challenges. Back then I had ADHD. I dyslexia too. Now I got AARP, so I'm all over the board. But really what happened in my senior year, I want to go fast. Really what happened in my senior year is my counselor called me in, and she says, Matt, you don't have enough credits to graduate. Now, I was good at one thing, because I was getting ready to be a carpenter, but I was good at addition. And I knew I had enough credit. She goes, oh, no, you don't have enough credits in this, or this, or this. And I said, you know what? I was already in a construction class because they figured out pretty quickly, maybe we should just hand this guy a hammer. So they hand me a hammer in high school. Gary, I was glad they didn't hand me a shovel because there was a couple guys got the shovel. But anyway, so I said, you have better pay. I said, you're going to have to fix that. I said, I'm not going to be writing papers. I'm not going to be keyboarding, or back then I think they called it typing when I went to school. I said, I'm not going to be doing any of that stuff. I said, I'm going to be a carpenter. And my guidance counselor said, we'll see what we can do. So we actually, my wife and I both did. She graduated a year after that, Kim did. I graduated 6 months early with the right number of credits, just not in the right locations. But they said, look, if they don't pass this guy, he's going to come back. And they knew that wasn't good because I left a wake through my high school. I don't know if you could say. So anyway, that's my, so for everybody in the room and at home, I want you to believe that you could be up here. I mean, you might have had struggles in life. You might not have been an A++ student. You might have, I know we got a lot of high IQ people in the room. And a lot of people, how many people in the room went to college? It's absolutely incredible. Raise your hand, be proud. That is incredible. You guys can do it, it'll just take you a little longer. But what you really need to do, guys, you need to keep it simple. Because I know, this is incredible. I mean, this David Schmidt and the technology of these, this technology patches, thanks, Jay. What's crazy about that is you can get so caught in the weeds with that, right? And that's what we've always kept it simple from the first day, just trying not to explain the whole thing, just kind of get into what the patches have done for you. So let me click this button here and show you the first slide because I'm absolutely fired up. Here it is right here. Now, the first time I saw this, now I was a builder, and I had a mentor, and when they first put me on a crew, I met a guy that was he was the best. In fact, Kim's dad was a carpenter contractor. They put me on a carpenter crew right in the middle of high school. I went to full time, and I was with this mentor, and he started teaching me about, first of all, he started teaching me how to be a carpenter, but he taught me how to lift people up. He taught me how to encourage people. He taught me how to stay motivated. He taught me all about, he taught me so much in the first year and a half. As a matter of fact, after that first year and a half, I kind of went out on my own, and it wasn't just less than 3 years from the time they put that hammer in my hand and sent me out, I was in business for myself because I had a good mentor. And guys, this is a mentor matching bonus, right? And everybody, probably, how many people in the room had a mentor in your career or even in this? Is incredible, right? We have so many mentors. You heard from so many of your mentors today. Man, I am so blessed and humbled to be on stage with all of you folks that have been up here so far today from the morning until now. It's just absolutely incredible. It makes me feel so full because I know, I say it all the time, I say every time you guys talk, I make money. It's absolutely incredible. But watch this. So the first time they showed me this, now this reminds me, you see this looks kind of confusing, but it says 3-star executive. In fact, Jeannie that made this up for me, I go, Jeannie, you got to explain this to me. This reminds me like when you have a building, when you have a plan, right? You got a building plan, you have a house, you're building a house. You roll it open, it's got pictures of the front, it's got pictures of the joists, it's got pictures of the rafters, it's got little pictures of the windows and the walls, exactly where to put the studs and all that stuff. So they put all that in there for the carpenter. The plumber gets a little diagram just like this with a bunch of little lines going around. The electrician, just a couple little pictures over here. But the carpenter got all of them. So I said, what is this? But can you guys, now you're studying this. I see a lot, I know the college people especially, right? Look at this. So you're building a taproot in 3 legs, right? See that? There's 3 legs there. And this is all accumulative. So we're not going to go through the whole thing, but just take a look at the far left. 2-star director. If that 2-star director is bringing in $3,000 in your organization that week, you're going to make 18%, and it's at $540. So kind of check down that list, and you can see what's happening there, right, guys? Isn't that incredible? It's accumulative, so you could see how crazy this can be. But you guys know it all starts. Let's get to the next page, because this is where it's all at. This is where the money's at and where the money starts. Just what Brooke just talked to you about, how to go 1-star director. That is the beginning of everything, right? It's easy to go manager. You help your friends go manager. I'm going to talk to you pretty quickly about how to get your friends and your family up to going manager and how simple that can be with your warm market list, that's for sure. And then after that, hey, the warm market gets a little cold. It might be a little tough on it, but look at this right here, right? 5% at 1-star director. That starts to open up the whole comp. And this all works synergistically together. I love the comp plan. Meredith, I love the comp plan. Everybody in here that's not sure about it yet, I'm telling you, you're going to love it when you get to learn it. We've been around comp plans. I was in a thing a long time ago that started with an A when I was a young man. And I brought my wife home from work. And within a first year, we had 4 kids at home, and she was a Christian radio broadcasting lady. And we had 4 little baby kids at home. And she'd leave. I'd come home from a hot day doing carpenter work, and she would run out the door and leave me with these children. Now, that was unsafe. I mean, I was the 5th kid. We were babies, right, honey? We were like, I had babies. I don't even know what was going on, but it wasn't. I could burn hot dogs in the microwave. That was the skill I had. Bath time, whatever it was. You know, the kids were in rough shape. They were like Pharaoh when I was around. Kim loves that word. But where was I going with that? No, but the industry, where we were in the industry, yes. I mean, you know what? I got in this business to make an extra $500 a week. And within the first year, we hit that goal and brought my wife home from work. So I don't know what your level is, and you saw all those other big numbers, and look at the percentages, going 6 generations in depth. And you guys have heard, you can make up to, the numbers are there. Hey, make up to 10,000 off each leg, 15, 20, 25,000, just crazy. You really only need 3 people that want it worse than you. And whether you can personally sponsor them or whether you have to go down in depth to get them, you can find them. You guys kind of like, how many people have seen the gold and silver thing going on, right? Just going to the moon, right? It almost makes me want to go to Home Depot and get a pickaxe and a shovel. I mean, that stuff is incredible. But what you're doing in this business, in your taproot, you're looking for some silver and you're looking for some gold. That's all you're looking for. And you'll find it, guys, they are out there. Whether they look like a carpenter or any one of the other great sharp people that have been up here today, you can't tell by looking at them. A matter of fact, a lot of times when you see somebody, you'll think, man, that person's going to tear it up. And then they don't do a thing. Especially when you guys know, you've heard it, when they say, oh, I'm going to tear this thing up. I'm like, that's the death. Right, Gary, that's the death sentence. They're not going to do nothing. Then somebody else, you look at them, I want you to, and you think, I'm not sure. But you know what? There's a spark inside of everybody. And I want you guys to be able to nurture that, right? You want to be able to in order to get down this thing and get those percentages up and run through the ranks, you got to grab some people and kind of mentor them on the way up. And you know, sometimes you got to be tough. I mean, you might have to say, Jimmy, for God's sakes, cut your nose hairs. I mean, whatever it's going to take. I mean, that's raw, but I'm just saying, seriously, right? Some people need help. But let's say Jimmy's got a lot of friends. Jimmy's going to burn through his list and put a lot of people in because he's just that kind of guy. But eventually he's going to be meeting new people. He's going to have to clean himself up a bit. I'm sorry, honey. Usually my wife's up here to take care of us, but she's over there today. So I got a big old pile of notes, and you wouldn't believe the notes I have on this sheet right here. I had Jeannie help me. I said, Jeannie, help me. Give me some topics. Give me some notes. And first thing I asked Jeannie when I met her, I go, Jeannie, you went to college, didn't you? She goes, I sure did. But I just said all that to say this. I want you guys to believe you can do this. I just want you to believe it with everything inside of you. You guys over here, you guys can do this. We are just regular people. We put our pants on the same way you do. We just put them on later in the day. And there's nothing like that. Kim and I have been time-free since I was 48 years old, time-free. That's no. And time-free, no matter what monetary level you're at, as long as you don't live in Palm Beach or Boca, you can get time-free if you want to. If you work really hard. I mean, there's no doubt about that. So, okay, so I'm going to give you a little tip because I really want everybody. This will help everybody at the beginning, especially for all the new people. I know we had a lot of new people. I couldn't believe how many one-star managers we had across the stage. I want to give yourselves a hand. I want to commend you. I was so encouraged by the people that get in the business with hopes and dreams, and they spend money in a weekend and come out here and walk across the stage at the first level, 2-star managers, 3-star managers, 1-star directors. Guys, you are the lifeblood of direct sales. You are the lifeblood of direct sharing. Love that one too, Jay. I am telling you that we need you. And I love what they have done. They have put the money at the bottom of the plan to bless you and give you belief right away. That's where it's at. It's always at the bottom. So when I got started, we did the same thing everybody else did. There's the clock right there. Good. Wow, that thing goes a lot faster than you think. I told Janine, look, I'm out of there fast. You guys better be ready. Anyway, here we go. It's the lifeblood, but what happens is early, I made a list right away. And, of course, I put the patches on. And fortunately, I was one of those, I was really a patch and a half wonder because I went over, and my mentor, Steve and Gina Merritt, they patched us. And I thought I felt something that first night, but Steve was serving adult beverages, so I wasn't sure. Sorry, honey, that was a joke. I quit drinking hard liquor in the 9th grade, just so you know. Remember, I grew up on 8 Mile in Detroit. Okay, things were happening fast. Now, I'm not sidetracked at all. You can't tell I'm all over the board. I haven't even looked at the paper yet. Now watch. No, this is important. I want you guys, this is where you can help some people. This is really where you can help some people right here. This is what you're going to do. Make a list of everybody you know. And you don't always have to get your feeling. Because if you didn't get your feeling, but your friend got a feeling, your mom got a feeling, your sister, your brother, your cousin, I don't want you to wait for the feeling because there's a lot of people out there looking for an opportunity. But by the end of the second day, I had some discomfort in my feet, and my discomforts went away. But within the first handful of days, I realized that what Steve told me was true, is this is an absolutely incredible technology. I've researched, I called David Schmidt, found out he was the guy that we can follow, and Matt, we're going to do this. So my belief level was very high, right? Very high. So I made the list, and I got on the phone, and I called my friends, and I said, hey, Jimmy, hey, a little bit of small talk. I'm telling you what, I just got introduced to this technology. I'm going to go a little uncompliant like Jay because I'm on the phone. Now, I can't even. And Geraldo, the reason you haven't been accepted on Facebook is I don't do Facebook. I don't do any social media. I got back in the direct sales business when nobody did any social media. Social media was me driving to my house. I went to my friend's house. I said, dude, what are you doing besides watching TV? He goes, how you know I'm watching TV? I said, I'm looking in your window. That's how I started. I didn't wait around and call you or nothing. I don't send videos out and say, oh, I'm going to send you a video, you know. If I call back, oh, hey, how you doing? Did you watch the video? No, I knew you didn't watch the video. That's why I called my friends up and I said, you know what? I've been wearing these patches and they changed my life. I talk about hey, at 30, you only have 50% left, and at 60, you only have 10% left. But I'm telling you, you've got to wear these patches with me. They're going to change your life. I'm telling you, I got to get the cool part about this. It's a brand new company, but the cool part about this is it only takes 3 to 5 days to get them. You've got to wear these patches with me. They're going to change your life. I have an application on my lap. I've been talking about that since the first day. Guys, when I get on the phone, and if I'm ever on the phone, I have an order form and an application on my lap. Now, this is for your warm market. This ain't for the new people that you just met yesterday, although I've tried that, and it works too. But my point is, I got the application there, and I got their name at the top of it. I fill it all. I put their name, their phone number, if I have their email, everything in their contacts, I have the form almost all the way filled out. So when I get them on the phone, I get them on the phone with an expectancy. Jimmy, you have got to wear these patches. They're going to change your life. I got an order form on my lap. The cool part about this, it only takes 3 or 5 days to get them to you. I can't wait till you call me and tell me how you feel and what they've done for you. And I don't ask, do you want to do this with me? I said, look, what is it? Look, I could send you videos. You could get to a website. You could research this for 3 months and still not know what's going on. Because I did. I'm looking at everything, reading everything. I'm listening to the scientists. I said, Steve, did you hear that science stuff? He goes, yeah, what do they say? I said, I don't know, but I think we're going to get rich. I had no idea. Now I knew I couldn't say that. Okay, Julie just waved. Okay, there's one down. Okay, you guys behave. We are going to be successfully successful. Okay. Anyway, that's a train wreck right there, and I got 4 minutes. There we go. But I want to make it that easy for you. I want you to get on the phone and call your friends, your closest friends. I had one guy, John. He goes, I'm mad. I'm not going to do it. I said, that's okay. I'm never talking to you again. He says, no, I'm serious. You've got to wear these patches with me. You're my best friend. You're going to wear these patches with me, or I'm not talking to you again. I said, okay, let's start over. Start with your first name. I already had his first name on there. All I didn't have was his credit card, and I could have called Julio down in Miami and got the number if I wanted to. Oh, that's 2 for compliance right there. I recognize that one myself. Okay. I don't know if I want to get to these notes or not, but I just want to show you in your warm market, guys, I want to show you how simple it is to get on the phone and make sure. How many people believe the best thing you could do is to get patches on your friends and family? One of the best things you could do is to put patches and complete strangers on your friends and family. Isn't that right? Besides maybe sharing the Lord with them. And I love the first thing I do in the morning when I take my first breath. I should have gave the glory to God right away. When I'm realizing I'm taking my first breath at around 11, 12. Geraldo and I are night owls. Thank you, thank you, Lord. Thank you, Lord. I thank the Lord every day for my first breath, and so should you. But I'm telling you, don't let your friends and family miss this opportunity. Make sure that you get patches on them. I don't ask no questions. You've got to wear these patches with me. I'm going to change your life. It's going to change your life. So what do I do when I started duplicating down in line? I started duplicating, and what I do is I call my friend and said, all right, make a list of everybody you know. Now, this is all about, I really should click another slide because I know there's other stuff to say here. Look at that. Be a coach. I'm coaching already. Develop a culture of leadership. Be a coach. Yeah, we're coaching. Here we go. Offer accountability. This is accountability. So I call my buddy up and I say, hey, here's what we're going to do. Some people can do what I just told them. I make a list of everybody you know, call your friends and put them in the business. If he's a little apprehensive, I said, okay, call up your friend, find out when we can get on the phone together, set up a time, I'll make a Zoom. So we set up a time, we make a Zoom. I do a little bit of small talk, we find out who they are. He's already said, Matt's a great guy, I pay him a little extra for that. But what happens right after that is I go right into this. You got to wear these patches with us. They're going to change your life. My friend John has got an application on his lap, and we're going to figure out what's the best way for you to get in. But I'm telling you, you've got to wear these patches with us. They're going to change your life. John spoke so well of you, he figured that, matter of fact, you're one of the first people that he called. He cares about you so much. We've got to get these patches to you. It only takes 3 to 5 days, and we can't wait to hear your story, too. And that's kind of, and you know what? I say, I'm going to, really fast, I say, I'm going to dip out of the call. John knows him, so John's going to find out what's the best way for him to get in the business, and I'm going to dip off on the Zoom. And then I get on the Zoom, I get off the Zoom, I hit the you can't see my picture or you can't hear me, and I listen to John close them. And John does a great job. I got off the phone, and John called me, how'd I do? I said, you get the app, didn't you? Because I'm listening. He goes, yeah. I go, well, you talked for another half hour, and I had the guy in 10 minutes. I've always said if you're on the phone longer than 10 minutes, you're doing it wrong. And then so we keep doing that with our team. That's how we kind of help our teams build depth. We just do it with them until they have enough belief in them. Guys, this is about belief and excitement. It's all about belief and excitement. And when you get your belief and your excitement up, guys, you are unstoppable. So that's how we coach our people to get them. And then once they're believing themselves, then that belief trickles down, and you guys start running through the ranks and getting a hold of this mentor matching bonus. Focus on recognition. When somebody hits the levels, make sure that you just give them everything. Give them hugs. Get them on the thing. Promote them on Kim's Facebook page or on the team Facebook page. Plug everybody into the system. Guys, you know what? I hope you believe in yourself, because the people and the leaders in this room believe in you like nothing else. There's just, here's the other thing. People are going to bed praying for an opportunity, and I want you to wake up praying to find them. Guys, this is one of the most incredible things that you could do for anyone, what David Schmidt and this technology has given to us. So guys, here's what I want you to do. Don't leave it. Don't just sit on it. Run like crazy, and we'll see you on the beaches of the world. God bless you. Go get them.